Every morning.
Good morning, Scott School. It is Wednesday, August 28th, and welcome back to this fine third day of school. A huge shout out to all those students who got picked up yesterday. We cut our pickup time in half. It was pretty amazing. Boys and girls, keep up the good work. Make sure you're standing in that blue box out on the concrete sidewalk and looking for your car for the rest of this week. I will have the speaker out there and the microphone calling student names, but I'm hoping by next week we don't need that any longer. So your work on this and your effort is really important to our successful pickup after school. So thank you for that. Boys and girls, in the morning when you arrive to school, if you are dropped off, please make sure that you walk in the center of the sidewalk and not close to the curb, especially that curb that is near the side or the side where the buses come in. They sometimes are leaving when you're arriving, and we would hate for a student to fall into their driving zone. So we want to make sure that you are safe because remember at Scott School, we are respectful. We are responsible and we are safe. So those things are really important. Another thing I wanted to mention was yesterday's assembly certainly was fun. We got to meet a lot of our faces here at Scott School and trusted adults. And I have with me today a couple of faces that you may have seen here in our building, but they were unable to attend our assembly. So we're going to do an introduction there in a few minutes. But beforehand, I do want to let you know that Professor Scott has joined us again today, and he will be with us in the coming weeks because we will be viewing videos about what is expected for being safe, respectful, and responsible in our building. And assemblies is one of them, or special events. So it is really important as we have these special events that we are very respectful, responsible, and safe, and not talking and laughing and doing all those things, because if we're in a small space and that's happening, it delays us getting through the assembly. So without further ado, I have Mrs. Urbane here to my right. She's going to give a nice introduction, and then you will see that she's going to walk away because she needs to go back to the office. And then after Mrs. Urbane, we will introduce Mrs. Clacko, and she also is a secretary, and she too needs to return to the office.
Good morning, Scott School. I am Mrs. Urbane, one of the secretaries in the office, and you can remember me by I love collecting cool rocks and Petoskey stones and even beach glass on our Great Lakes around the state, and I use this awesome bucket here that I keep in my car so that I can take those home. I hope you have a great year at Scott School.
Thank you, Mrs. Urbane. And she is a Great Lakes lover. She definitely goes in the summertime to these lakes, picks up rocks because I see them in her office space. And now on to, Professor Scott.
Hello, boys and girls. I'm so pleased to introduce Mrs. Jennifer Clacko.
Good morning. I am Mrs. Clacko and I work in the office, and you can remember me because I love to walk my dog. His name is Tucker. Have a great day.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Clacko. Anything else, Mrs. Reha?
Just the pledge.
Now let's all stand for the pledge.
You want to lead it?
Sure. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Have a great day, Scott School.